We are up in here. Right. To all the people saying no comms, there are comms now, and for the main part of the race that hasn't even started yet. With Julian Naumann on pole. So we'll see who leads the way after this race begins. I need to post the link, otherwise nobody's gonna see it. We'll be on the way for the formation lap in just a couple of minutes. And maybe we can even talk to one of the qualifiers of the race, Tommy.
Yo, yo, yo.
Not last.
No, two people didn't qualify, so not last.
I think it was one.
No, one guy left.
Ah.
Ville Warren was also behind me, but he's gone now, so it's just Marchetti behind me. But yeah, I'm not too happy with the pace, to be honest. I think if it wasn't for the writer, I'd probably be like 23rd or something, which isn't bad.
With the writer? Well, without
with the writer,
sorry. Yeah.
With the writer, I'm second to last, but honestly, turn one at the Nurburgring, who'd want to be in the middle of the pack for that?
Exactly. And you've got a pretty beautiful car behind you, or next to you. You've got the M6. And you've got Jordan next to you.
Yes, I can't actually see Marchetti, but I can see Jordan, and his car does look absolutely fantastic. Yeah, to be honest, I'm probably not going to see a lot of them this race because again, I'm driving the writer. But you know, I'm gonna make the most of seeing other cars while I can. You know.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, I'm predicting that you're gonna do another Bathurst.
No. This is different. First of all, there's not going to be as much chaos as there was at Bathurst. Like you can't trust people to take themselves out at Nurburgring as much as they do at Bathurst. That is
turn one, and Schumacher
yeah, but then they have a whole race to recover.
Yeah, but then they have a lot of damage and they come back to pits and everything. So I think I think there is, for the slower people, there's definitely a way to make up into the top 20 at least.
If I was in the Aston, I'd say that with chaos, I might be able to make top 18, maybe. In the writer, I think I do well to not be last of the finishers. The only person who is really around my pace is Jordan, who's on obviously a controller, which is, you know, honestly, it's pretty impressive that he's that quick with a controller. So I feel, but even he's quicker than me. I'm hoping that maybe because he's on a controller, might be more consistent. But other than that, I feel like I'm gonna need some guys to get some pretty hefty damage. But you just don't get the speed up in the key crashable sections in the Nurburgring, I feel.
Yeah. Also, beautiful livery. Just on a side note, beautiful livery by both of you, Jordan and yourself.
Yes.
Obviously, the non-existent business.
It's important. Here's the thing. It's important to pre-market your business. Did you see there was a news story today? I'm going to talk business for a little bit. Hijack your stream. There was a news story today that the Chelsea are about to be sponsored by Riyadh Air, new airline from Saudi Arabia, who don't actually plan to fly a plane until 2025 because obviously it takes time to build an airline and recruit staff and everything, but they're already marketing their airline because they know business and they know they want to get people riding their planes from day one. This is the way I get people buying my cookies the moment I open my shop, whenever it may be set up in the very, very distant future. And this is just step one. Everyone's going to be remembering the guy who willingly drove the writer in a real race.
I think
And then
it's kind of
when
like
they go back to look at the
Rensport,
pictures, they'll see the cookies. And they'll think, man, you know what, I could really go for some cookies right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like Rensport, isn't it? A game that doesn't exist being marketed very heavily. Yeah, there you go.
It's exactly like Rensport. I've made Rensport cookies.
Good luck for the start, though.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll be sure to check in somewhere in the middle of the race as well.
All right, have fun. Please don't talk to me in the middle of a corner.
I hope I will. Now it's Tom Brown. Now back to the race. We're at the start. We've got the number 71. And they're off actually already. A good start from Todd Brown. He's already ahead before even heading into the first corner. He's going to be on the outside here, trying to make it into P1 already. He is very, very close. As in the background, and there's already a huge pileup, as I said. Nurburgring never fails to surprise. There is Marvin Reisenhauser that was involved in it, Charlie Kent as well. In the background, there's something's going on. People are going left, right, and center. There's Jordan Momchilov getting tangled in there. Tom Brown is around in his right. He's currently driving in 28th. Sandro is in the pits. You know what? Not that bad. Declan Bowler has a lot of damage on his car. Matola the same as well. I think there's definitely been a bit of an accident. We won't say it's like a huge accident, but definitely a bit of an accident. Anyway, at the front, things are looking pretty chill. Todd Brown not up into first, even though he was ahead and was battling for first in the first corner, until he just paced himself out a bit. He's got Heo Horman behind him, but not too far, not too close, not too far away. Dennis Khatonka in fourth. Archie Morat in fifth, and he's pretty far behind Denia Mahonka, but he has Khatonka, I mean, and he's moved up 9 positions off the start. He started in 14th, up into 5th, and he's going to have a very hungry Leon Wessels, who's made up 12 positions on the start. And Daniil Haslavsky, who started in 16th, now in 7th. There's a couple people coming into the pits. One of them is Declan Bowler. Todd Brown up into 26th because of some people pitting. That being Jordan Momchilov and Declan Bowler. Or Jordan Momchilov, actually. I think he had a moment later on. Still some people up in the front fighting. We've got Napat fighting with Charlie Kent. Alex Sun is around. And that is not a sight that you want to see. Tom Brown back up into 24th. Up at the front still, things are looking very, very clean. And Leon Wessels trying to pressure Archie Moat into a mistake, with Daniel Kaslavsky close and close. Closer and closer. As, Daniel Kaslavsky nearly rear-ending the back of Leon Wessels there. That would definitely not be fun for either of them if that actually went through. Now he's going to be a bit further behind, coming into the chicane. Bin Sahel, he's collided with mate Ola, now down into 18th place. He started in 9th, and looks like a lot of damage carried on that McLaren. As who's that going off? I think that's Alessandro Rui, completely skipping the chicane. As he's now in a battle with Charlie Kent, Dan Carvadine, and Yusuf Bin Sahel. Up in the front, Sander Jacobs making a lot of moves, as now they have collided with Joe Shildrake, and they are pretty much right ahead of them. Mate Ola over here, he's fighting for 15th place round the outside, trying to not let Luke Shildrake through as well. And Zach Summerall, Joe Shildrake, and Sander Jacobs making contact up ahead, but doesn't look like it has affected them too much. So again they make contact, Zach Summerall. And as mate Olaf finally defends from Luke Shildrake. Behind him, Yusuf Bin Sahel nearly getting cut off there by Luke Shildrake. As they head into Dunlop Curve. Mate Ola is still under pressure from Luke Shildrake as he actually goes for the move. What an amazing move that was, as Yusuf Bin Sahel. It was a bit of a dive bomb there, but still ahead of Mate Ola. Mate Ola now down into 18th. There's Marvin Reisenhauser. He is in 9th and wanting to get 8th. He's going to be going side by side with Dwayne Stale, and ahead of Dwayne before they even get into the first corner. So a lot of top speed on that Lamborghini, allowing it to pass on the straight and absolutely dominate that. As mate Ola now yellow flag, so is Luke Shildrake. These guys were fighting before, and now off the track. It's going to give a couple more positions to the guys behind, like Tom Brown, now up into 23rd. Jordan Momchalov also was going to capitalize on that, but now not so much. Actually, yes, he will, with mate Ola and Luke Shildrake coming back to the pits, and they might retire from this race. And it's Joe Shildrake, that's the brother of Luke Shildrake, fighting with Charlie Kent behind. Charlie Kent now ahead of Alessandro Rui and the Shildrake brothers. And it's Leon Wessels still in the battle with Daniel Koslowski. In the background, still 4 people in the pits. in a 5-way battle for P5. Still, the 5-way battle continues. Not really that much of a pace difference between this train. But in the back, Dan Carradine fighting the writer of Tom Brown. And we'll see the defensive play out here. It's not really defensive, and he just lets him go. M6 of Francesco Marchetti fighting with Napat Horenpol. As Roberto Barbara off the track. And yellow flags caused, and hopefully he can come back onto the track in a proper fashion. And yes, he does. Now down into 16th place, still one up from where he started, but would prefer to be further up the grid. Leon Vessels getting closer to Daniel Koslowski. Yeah, Koslowski. And Marvin Reisenhauser getting close to him now. And the 5-way train starting to spread out a little bit, except for Marvin Reisenhauser, who's catching and wanting those positions. Well, while Marvin Reisenhauser prepares his attacks, we've got Yusuf bin Sahel going at it. There's Zach Summerall. Yeah, they made contact, so off the track. We can actually try and get a replay of it. Alright, in the chase cam of Yusuf. Hopefully it captured it. And yeah, just outbraking himself. Not waiting though. Not such a sportsmanship thing to do. As well, there goes Zach Summerall again, probably with a lot of damage on his car. Not able to handle it all too well. And back to the pits he goes, Roberto Barbaro. Fighting with Alessandro Rui. He's round the outside, he tries to go. As he goes for the Dunlop corner, one curve I think. As he goes round the outside, he needs to outbrake his opponent in order to... Ooh. Dennis Khatonka, the best. Up in 4th place right now. A bit too far away from Heo Horman in order to go up into the podium positions for now. But still a glimpse of hope in the 27 minutes that there is in the race. Francesco Marchetti in the M6 trying to make a statement and to get past Horenpol in the 992. There's Francesco Marchetti making a bit of a mistake, falling a bit further behind Napat Harempol for 15th place. But he did get a pretty good exit out of the third sector. Now trying to come right back at it. With a lot of damage on the front end. He is still chugging along. And Francesco Marchetti consistently losing a bit of time to Harempol in the first sector. So we'll go back to the three-way battle for 6th with Daniel Koslowski. As Maro and Reisenhauser are trying to go round the outside. They're nearly going 3 wide into the chicane. As Maro and Reisenhauser now still tucking in behind. I think there was a bit of contact made with Leon Wessels. Now it's the exit, the final corner. Maro and Reisenhauser, we saw that top speed when he overtook Josef, trying to make the same move, but not enough in order to do so right now. As Leon Wessels and Daniel Koslowski making a bit of contact, that will make them slower, and maybe even Marvin can go round the outside of both of them if there is enough space. As Dwayne Steele now closing the gap as well. And this is soon to become a 4-way battle for P6, with Archie Movat just able to escape this train of people, this massive battle. As Maro and Reisenhauser just still keeping a close eye on Leon Wessels. Marvin still bumper to bumper pretty much. And he goes on the inside of the final corner. Wessel's gonna have the better exit, I think, here. And he can try and get him on the switchback. In the slipstream. There's just not enough speed, though, for him. And I don't think he's gonna make a move. Yeah. Nothing Leon Wessels here can do. But defend from Steele right behind him. As Napat Horenpol still in a battle with Marchetti, as Marchetti got in front of him just for now. As just on a straight line, Napat without much more damage than Marchetti able to stay ahead, and that was close. as Napa Horenpol for now going to be out of range of Marchetti. And Roberto Barbaro still in a battle with Rui for 13th place. As Steele is now going to be making a move on Leon Wessels. Leon Wessels going to be feeling a bit under pressure here. As they head down the straight, I don't think there's going to be enough speed from Steele in order to make a move. So for now, Leon Wessels gonna be free of any extra stress. Julian Naumann, you know, we probably won't talk about him too much at all. And he is just doing a clean race out here. Consistent 54.9s. Oh, I say that. Todd Brown, not too close, not too far behind. Heo Horman slowly catching though. He's doing 55.0. Todd Brown, at least that last lap, 56.1. So, could only see a possibility of a battle for second place here towards the end of the race. 18 minutes to go, not too long at all. About 10 laps, I'd say. Around 10 laps. You can go to Dwayne Steele. Here is Dennis Khatonka in 4th place. Also a good gap to everybody behind as Daniil Kozlowski now under pressure from Marvin Reisenhauser. As they head towards the first corner. Marvin Reisenhauser yet again round the outside, trying to get a better exit. Not too tight as he's gone very wide out. And now might have a better run. But he doesn't. But Daniil Kozlowski able to stay ahead just for the time being. He was under a lot of pressure from Marvin Reisenhauser into the last sector, which it might happen again here. Daniil Kozlowski just lacking a little bit in the final sector compared to Marvin Reisenhauser, also in the middle sector. As here comes Marvin Reisenhauser yet again. Trying to make a move. I don't think he'll make one into the chicane unless to the inside. I think he's trying to force Kozlowski into a mistake, which I think nearly happened here. Leon Wessels now on the inside. Nearly rear-end in the back of Marvin Reisenhauser. As now Marvin is going to be compromised of an exit. And in the slipstream, both Leon and Marvin. Leon gets in the double slipstream, but still not able to make a move. Marvin now super close to the back of Kozlowski, goes very, very wide. Leon Wessels nearly making contact with him. And in the background now, Dorian Steele liking this a little bit, as he gets to watch all the chaos unfold right in front of him. As he actually teleports a little bit around. While Leon Vessels... Oh, okay, I was going to say, while they continue their fight, we can have a look at Francesco Marchetti, who's trying to go on the inside of Harumpol yet again. For the... I don't know what count time. As Tom Brown comes into the pits. Not sure if that is a strategic call. Is there a rain coming along? No, there isn't. Why are you coming into the pits?
Well, the answer to that question depends on which explanation you want, really. You have a couple options. Do you want racing driver excuse A, racing driver excuse B, or do you want the truth?
Truth?
The truth is, yeah, he's gone for racing driver excuse A, which is that I was banking on there being rain, so I only filled up for 3/4 of the race. Alternatively, you can go for racing driver excuse B, which is that you know, it's the main series on Sunday. Got to get used to doing pit stops and everything. Can't be going in unprepared after all. Or the truth, which is that I was so busy panicking about the fact I couldn't join the race at first because I didn't know I unlocked at 30 seconds, that I'd never actually filled up with enough fuel.
Nice. Nice. I thought it was a strategic move as well.
I have not dropped any positions. I'm just a bit closer to Jordan now.
Amazing. But you know what? Yeah, good practice indeed. Very good practice.
I can't get out of the way of this, dude. Dude, give me a second. I'll let you by. There we go. Go on, boy. Good, McLaren. There we go. Sorry, I'm panicking a bit around the faster drivers. They're very, you know, fast.
Wow.
How are you enjoying the race so far?
Yeah, not bad. I mean, you've seen what happened at the turn 1, right?
Nope. I was too busy trying to pick my way through it. And I did for the first bit, and then someone punted me. So, you know, that's lap 1 for you.
Exactly.
I wasn't going to go aggressive, but there was just like a line opened up, and I thought, I can't not go for it.
Oh my god.
What's happening?
I witnessed murder. Marvin Reisenhauser getting completely sideswiped off the road by Leon Vessels. In 8th place. This is battle for P10. Or for P7 it was. Marvin down into 11th. Where he started.
Rip.
Yeah.
That's all there is to say.
Exactly. Well, I hope your thick stop strategy works.
Yeah, big brain strats over here, you know. You can choose whichever explanation you like. Whichever you think makes me look smartest. Really. Probably not the one about forgetting to actually put fuel in the fucking car. Ah!
Alright, well, good luck to you. Hopefully you finish this race. You're already...
I'm easily finishing now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, as we were just talking to Tom Brown, Dan Carvadine getting taken out just a little bit by Francesco Marchetti. Napat Horenpol still in the chase for 15th behind Francesco. As we just hope that this race can end on a good note with Ben Constantine maybe making a move on Leon Vessels. This time cleanly. .2 away, a bit less damage on Ben's car compared to Leon's, I think. At least visually it looks like it. As they go up through the final bit of the second sector. And Ben Constantine just falling a little bit away. So we can cut to Roberto Barbaro, who is super close to the back of Alessandro Rui for just a little bit of a time. Francesco Marchetti also closing the gap to Napad Harempol, who got in front of him for 15th place. So yet again, trading positions, these two, and it's been a tough race for them indeed, but looks like a lot of fun as Dan Carvadine back in the game, and well, maybe he can take revenge in a proper way and overtake these two in the final minutes of the race. He definitely has the pace to do so. It's just how much courage and confidence does he have? Francesco goes round the outside, nearly tags the back of Napat. Super close. There's now Dan Carvadine closing the gap as well. I don't think he's going to make a move into the chicane, as they're very close to missing it, all of them. And Dan Carvadine being left a little bit worse off. And he's now lost a little bit of time to Francesco Marchetti. It's Francesco now in the slipstream of Napat, braking very early, trying to get a better exit out wide. Entry, tight exit, and look at him, he is pretty much right on the bumper on the inside into the next corner of the first sector, super close to the back of his bumper. I'm not sure how he's not making any contact at all, but kudos to him. As Alex Sun just overtaken Jordan Momchilov. I think there was yellow flags. It did make contact. As Ben Constantine nearly making a move on Leon Wessels. I think they did make contact. Round the outside, Ben Constantine goes, and that is a move for 8th place. Done. As Francesco Marchetti now still in a three-way battle for 15th place behind Harempol. Trying to make a move. Is now in the proper slipstream. He can go to the inside. Harempol not gonna want to move to the inside, though I think he did around the outside. I don't think Marchetti's going to be able to do it here, but he tries to get the better exit. I'm not sure what made him lose confidence there, as now Dan Carvadine is going to be on his tail. Carvadine making a bit of a mistake. He had to let go of the leader of Julian Neumann, who is still in the lead, you would imagine. Yosef bin Sahel in the slipstream down the straight. Also trying to make a move for 9th place. This is already in the top 10, but he wants to make it 9th place, as Leon Wessels defends very well. As Yusuf goes to the inside, and contact is imminent, but they straighten each other out. Yusuf still into 9th. However, Leon Wessels only losing 1 position. Yes, they all make contact. There, the final 5 minutes to go off this race. Dan Carverdine closer than ever to the back of Marchetti. Marchetti not having the slipstream of Horenpol, at least as strong as he used to. He might be into a bit of trouble. Dan Carverdine still trying to close the gap. He definitely does have the pace to overtake for Marchetti. Quicker in the first sector by about 7/10. As there he goes, actually sending a move. Dan Carverdine round the outside. Marchetti on the inside, still there. As that is Todd Brown, and they have to let him go. Marchetti's gonna make the most of this and try and make a sneaky move, but I don't think he did. And Marchetti has to settle for 17th for now. As they go through the chicane, Marchetti nearly coming out on top there. Dan Carverdine not. It's not susceptible. How would you say it? He's not susceptible to these mental games. Roberto Barbaro. Only 3/10 away from Alessandro Roux. These guys have been fighting for nearly the whole race. And Barbaro losing a bit of time. He goes very wide out of that section. As Marchetti continues. He continues to push on. As the final lap will start now. When Julian Neumann crosses the line. I think they'll be pretty close. Pretty soon as here he goes through the chicane, and the final lap will start when he crosses that white straight finish line. And now is the final lap of the race. So Barbaro will be given it all. Actually, he's got one more lap after this one, unless Julian Neumann overtakes them by then. Otherwise they'll have 2 laps to try and fight it out on the track. I know Marvin Reisenhauser will, as who's that off? I think that's Alex Sun. And Marchetti yellow flag there around the outside. Roberto Barbaro tries to go. And just not able to do much. Where is Julian Neumann? There he is. Roberto Barbaro will be hoping that he doesn't get lapped here to get an extra lap of fighting. with Alessandro Rui. Unless he obviously overtakes him into the final corner, then he'll be begging for Julian Neumann to overtake them. But there he is, and he is catching at the rate of knots. Roberto Barbaro. With a couple of corners to go, as Julian Neumann will be crowned the winner of this race. Todd Brown following him closely. He'll be 8 seconds away, but still up in the runner spot place, which is very, very good indeed. And there goes Julian Neumann, and he wins the race. I actually just want to see. Can I return to garage? Okay. I don't want to do that though. Right, the rest of the guys. We still got Roberto Barbaro fighting with Alessandro Rui. I'm just hoping that the race doesn't end before they finish, because otherwise that would ruin it for them. Roberto Barbaro only 5/10 away. This is the last battle that we're gonna see, as Herr Horman did just cross the line in 3rd place. Good stuff for them. Barbaro makes a huge mistake. And that is the battle over for 13th place. Adelino Primon trying to make a move on Leon Wessels for the last time, but just not able to do that. He'll have to settle for 12th place, as Alessandro Rui and Roberto Barbaro will be the last people to finish the race. Tom Brown in 18th place. He finishes in the Reiter from 28th. So, you know, this is what happens when you do stay, and when you do actually complete the races, you can beat other people in a Reiter. So, good stuff for Tom's cookies and the Reiter car, as he crosses the line in 18th place. Good stuff for him. There's Alessandro Rui coming through the chicane. Roberto Barbaro also will be coming through the chicane shortly, but Alessandro Rui able to fend off the hungry Barbaro and finish in 13th place. As Barbaro coming towards the line now, and that is the race over now. As I wish to save the replay. I hope I did. Oh, hello. Don't wanna press that. Well, let's get a couple thoughts from Tom. See how that race felt for him in the Reiter. You like the car?
Hello?
You like the car?
Which car?
The Reiter.
You know. I just make sure I get the good out of it, you know?
Would you choose it for another race?
God, no. I would be happy to see the back of it, truth be told. But it was fun to do for one race. I think I managed to get some good stability out of it when you consider what the Reiter normally is. I feel like I wasn't really ever in danger of crashing. I was like, sometimes I went a little bit long on corners when I was fiddling with my pit settings. Or would like try to... I think I was on the wrong engine map at one point. So when I was fiddling with settings, I made some mistakes. But other than that, the car felt very stable, just very slow.
Wow, you described the Reiter pretty well there, to be fair.
Did I? I was under the impression it was stable.
No, it's slow, unstable, and yeah, it's just an awful car. So I'm kind of surprised that you actually was able to finish the whole race, do the qualifying and the practice, and not go insane, because I know a couple people that would.
You know, safety is kind of my whole thing. It's the only way I ever get good results. But I think pace, really, when you can, like, I think pace was not too bad. I'm actually getting to the 2s, and I did a 1:59.7 or something in practice. So I think when you put all that together, like take off 3 seconds to the right and then take off another second or so because this setup was made by me rather than anybody who knows what they're doing. I think it's I'm probably expect to be pretty quick in the main series, at least compared to last week. I feel a bit more confident with Nurburgring than I do with Bathurst. So
Okay.
yeah, it's all good practice at the end of the day. I'm leaving with a smile on my face.
That is exactly what we like to hear, and it's good that you got the extra practice. You've got the upper hand on your competitors. I mean, you're fourth in the championship. You know, you're in some
Sure.
heavy competition with some other AM drivers. So
I mean, we all know that that's not really going to last unless there's some more chaos at the weekend, which is possible. I'm trusting that, like, I think this is going to be one of the worst weekends for me in the main championship, like, just because we have a track which, you know, that we did see some incidents today. It wasn't without incident, but at the same time, you know, a lot of the areas where you might expect to collide are relatively low speed. They're not going to force people into the pits too much. I was able to gain a few positions because of that, but I don't think we're going to see anything quite that bad at in the main series. But you know, Spa, I'm definitely there for, and I feel like that's a absolute catastrophe waiting to happen. And then I don't
Monza.
know about Valencia. I don't know about. I've never driven it before. But then Monza as well, absolute catastrophe waiting to happen. I feel like those two races can probably pick up some good points. And I don't know, top 10 in AMS. I'd be quite happy with that.
Top 10 in AMs would be pretty good for you. But anyway, good race today, and thank you to everybody who watched. It will be highly appreciated if you do support us by subscribing to the channel. You know, it's free to do so, and you get to watch more of these races as well on the weekdays and on the weekends. The weekends one being a bit more clean and less chaotic than these ones, but nevertheless, that is the end of the stream, and see you